I'm out of my mind, standing on the outside, but it's cooler, it's fresher, I like it here.
Jumping straight into it, I did a voiceover for this first part because my baby was sleeping and I really just didn't want to wake him up. But going in with my brows, I'm using the NYX brow pencil, and then I also go ahead and fill in the front part with a brown eyeshadow from the Lancome palette. I've started doing this and really liked the more natural effect it has on my brows. And then underneath, I also, of course, use concealer. I use the Wet n Wild concealer, and I believe it's in Porcelain. It's a really great one, and it lasts a super long time. Next, I go with my Wet n Wild eyelid primer, and this is from the Photo Focus collection. And going into my Jaclyn Hill palette, I'm going to be taking this color and using it as my transition shade, so putting it in the crease and blending it down onto the lid. I then take a deep brown from the Jaclyn palette and blend it from the outer corner to the inner corner. Little man woke up, so now I can talk to you about the things that I use for my everyday routine and just sort of how I go through it. And oftentimes when I do my makeup, this is what happens. He'll be asleep when I start and then he'll wake up. So this is literally how it goes. Continuing with my makeup, I'm going to the other eye and just doing the same thing, getting the dark brown and pulling it into the middle. And now my dog's hitting the tripod. So when I'm doing my makeup, when he's awake, it definitely takes me longer. Just because, you know, he doesn't want to sit still, which is totally fine. So when he's not awake, if I do my full face, I can usually do it in like 30 minutes, taking my time. If I have to go fast, I can do it in 10. When he's awake, it really just depends on him and what he needs, if he's hungry or needs a diaper change, if he just wants to be snuggled. It really just depends. Also on how he's feeling. He just got his 2-month shots the other day, so he hasn't really been feeling super good. He ended up getting a fever from it. Next, taking a flat shader brush. I'm bouncing him, so that's why it looks like I'm moving. So in the Jaclyn Hill palette, I go in and I usually use, I think it's Obsessed. And I just take that and then take it from my inner corner and drag it towards the middle. Next, I usually do eyeliner, and I've been using a Stila eyeliner that I've really been loving. It's the Stila Stay All Day Waterproof Liquid Liner. And then I'll go ahead and do, I always say I'm going to do a thin wing. It ends up kind of being chunky, but we'll see if it ends up coming out today or not. So then I'll peel the tape off of this one. And yeah, it ended up coming out thicker than I originally wanted, but that's okay. But yeah, so I always use tape because a lot of the times he does wake up and just wants snuggles or just want to be held or something, and it just makes it way easier. Honestly, if they're even somewhat even, yeah, to me this is a win. They are somewhat even. I am pretty happy with this because with a wiggly baby it's difficult sometimes. So the lighting might have changed because he was getting fussy, so I went ahead and rocked him to sleep. But next I'm going to be doing my foundation, and I am in bronze beige. I use the Wet n Wild one, and I used to use a beauty blender, but now I use a e.l.f. foundation brush because my beauty blender just got really old. I never ended up buying another one, and I ended up seeing the brush and just decided to go with that for now. And I think it works pretty well. It's just the e.l.f. Ultimate Blending Brush. I know they have several foundation brushes. And for my primer, I just sprayed my face with the Rainforest of the Sea Tarte Spray. Then I'm just going to blend this out all over my face. I go for a really light coverage. I just like it to kind of even out my skin tone a bit. Because I have been getting dark circles under my eyes, as well as just some discoloration around my cheeks and whatnot. And then I'm going to be setting my foundation with the Wet n Wild pressed powder from the Photo Focus collection. I'm going to go in and bronze my face with a Hoola bronzer. Taking the deep brown I used on my outer corner, I'm going to be taking it and putting it by my waterline and blending it up towards the shadow. For my highlight, I'm going to be taking Wet n Wild Highlight in Precious Petals and using this really old brush I've had forever. I don't even remember where I got it from, and just putting that wherever I feel like I need highlight. And then applying a Milani mascara to my bottom lashes to finish off my eyes. And for lips, I'm using the Lip Plumping Gloss by e.l.f. in the color Mocha Twist. I have been loving this. I've already used like a whole bunch of it. I don't know if you can see like the big old gap. This stuff is good, and it's either $5 or $6. Like, it's super cheap. So then this is my everyday makeup. I normally don't wear false lashes, that's why I didn't apply them. I usually only wear them if I'm wearing a really dark look, because then it's harder to see the eyelashes, or if I'm going to something special like a wedding, or even just sometimes in videos I'll wear them just because I feel like it. But on an everyday basis, I don't. But this is my finished look. Thank you guys again so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss any future videos, because I'm starting to be on more of a routine, so I've been doing at least one video a week, so you can definitely look out for those. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!